stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers, only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Whoa, won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Green Bay Packers. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. But most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1, they have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
36-yard line.
On the ground, it's Geis. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll find Hall. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 3-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now Geis trying to get to the outside. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
This Washington 7. Packers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
16 yards, a first down.
Washington.
They'll run with Geis, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with this Washington 7, Packers nothing.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Washington on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The throw taken in by Sims. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Geis down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That's a really nice job by them. That's in detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The That's out to the left and complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now Jones. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Wilson. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now Wilson on 1st down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And 1 at the 8-yard line.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Pollard, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's the fullback as the first half is winding down, and the Packers are back within a score. Whoa, he just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total.
And his throw is incomplete. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for.
And it's third down.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Taking it about the 36. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This is Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 2.
Stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back. Back inside the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They'll look to throw here.
He'll find Gibson here, complete.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
Washington 28, Packers 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Throwing. Love. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second down, Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll find Aguara complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's third down and 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Open man is Sims. He's got it.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Washington.
Here's Geis. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Washington on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from the 1. On the ground, Geis, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Love now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Love. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Love. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Here's a first down throw that's complete, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Motion man, watch 12.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.